The historic $2 trillion SpaceX IPO just shook the Wall Street, but the real shockwaves, they're hitting right here in New Zealand. This isn't just an American tech story. The mega listing of SpaceX is actively reshaping Kiwi's portfolio, KiwiSaver funds, and our local aerospace autonomy. Elon Musk's financial masterstroke has triggered a silent war in New Zealand market. Local telcos are sweating. KiwiSaver managers are being forced to alter their strategies, and massive validation wave is hitting our homegrown space industry. Here is how SpaceX IPO changes everything for New Zealand that no one is talking about or hiding under their carpet. To understand the impact, you have to look at how deeply integrated Musk's empire already is in New Zealand. New Zealanders are the most enthusiastic buyers of Starlink services on Earth. The Commerce Commission confirms New Zealand has the highest number of satellite connections per capita in the OECD. Virtually all of them are Starlink. For the IPO, Starlink operated as a premium alternative niche for rural broadband. But as the June listing approached, everything changed. SpaceX launched an aggressive Kiwi land grab. Yep, they dropped introductory plans down to $59. They did massive nationwide mail drops. They shifted from niche provider to operating like a mainstream telco predator. Why? To juice subscriber metrics ahead of the IPO, prospectus filling. They hooked Kiwi consumers early, and now they have $75 billion in fresh public capital to weaponize. Let's look at the direct financial hit to New Zealand retirement portfolios. Major KiwiSaver funds like Herbert Asset Management and Kernel Wealth are tracking the exact indices SpaceX just hijacked because NASDAQ changed its rules to fast-track SpaceX into the index in just 15 trading days. Never happened before. KiwiSaver managers face massive career risk if they ignore it. If you are in a high-growth KiwiSaver fund with a heavy US equity exposure, your retirement savings are legally being routed into SpaceX right. Hundreds of millions of Kiwi dollars are buying a stock at a highly speculative fixed price, completely bypassing normal price discovery. But it's not all bad news for the local market. Look at the Rocket Lab. Our local aerospace crown jewel just rode a coattails of the SpaceX frenzy, coinciding with the SpaceX debut. NASDAQ announced Rocket Lab is officially joining the NASDAQ 100 index on June 22nd. Institutionally, money that can't buy enough. SpaceX, due to its tiny 5% public float, is flooding into a Rocket Lab instead of RKLB stock skyrocketed, trading over 8% higher and sits at a historic high. The SpaceX hype just institutionalized the entire space sector, placing Rocket Lab right alongside giants like Nvidia and Apple. But the darker side of IPO lands squarely on local businesses. Starlink's massive cash injection means that immediate aggressive rollout of a direct-to-cell services and capacity upgrades. This is creating an existential crisis for rural wireless internet service providers, or WISPs, north of Wellington and across South Island. The Commerce Commission has openly warned that local rural wireless providers are losing ground rapidly to satellite competitors. Small Kiwi's ISPs rely on narrow base of rural customers to pay for towers and local infrastructure. Even a modest 5 to 10% crunch of users migrating to Starlink completely breaks the economic model of maintaining rural Kiwi networks. Musk's Wall Street victory could lead to the total collapse or forced consolidation of a local regional telcos. Furthermore, Kiwi fund managers are openly questioning market integrity. They are deeply uncomfortable that single US mega cap can dictate terms to global indices, forcing hard-earned Kiwi KiwiSaver cash to absorb a massive $4 billion, a quarter AI burn rate. What is the end game for New Zealand? Immediate future means extreme market concentration. By September 26, when SpaceX drops its first public earning report, Kiwi portfolios will be deeply exposed to any low liquidity volatility swings. At the same time, the broader tech landscape is shifting, with Anthropic and OpenAI planning multi-$100 billion listing before the end of 26. KiwiSaver providers will have to dump traditional stocks and just to fund these mandatory mega cap tech buys. Our portfolios are getting heavier, tech concentrated, and tethered directly to Elon Musk's long-term vision. Is this a golden era for Kiwi aerospace investors, or is our retirement capital being hijacked by speculative US tech bubble? If you are checking your KiwiSaver balance today, let me know your play. Are you happy your money is backing the race to Mars, or are you worried about local fallout? Drop your comments below and